Treena Seymour, and I suppose I've now become a floral artist. I do enjoy abstracts. I enjoy lots of different genres. I don't have a problem as long as there's something in the painting that gives life, basically. Yeah, so a bit of an all-rounder. Acrylics, definitely acrylics. You want me to tell you why, don't you? Well, there's a number of reasons. They're faster drying, and if I did want them, I could always put a retardant in them to slow them down. I've been working with acrylics for so many years. I just find them easy to use, very easy to use. There's no odour, they wash up with water, and I seem to just, I have fun with them. I've never gone into oils. My nana was an oil artist and I couldn't stand the fume, so I was out of that one. Watercolours I do like, but I've sort of adopted a little bit of the watercolour way of doing things into my acrylics. So, but I know them so well now, and I just find I can manipulate them really, really well. So yeah, I love them. I used to do a lot of type work early on in my years, and especially with watercolour, and then when I got into acrylics, the first thing I did actually was abstracts, because just to get the feel of the acrylic, the way it moved, the way it worked, and then now I actually do abstracts, but I also do a lot of detailed work again with acrylics. When I want to break from doing the acrylic work, when I want to loosen up, I then go to an abstract just to loosen up, get all that tightness out of my head, and then I can get back into it later on. So yeah. My brushes. I think brushes. I have so many brushes, from tiny weeny 000s right to big paddles, the Liquid X big ones. I love my brushes. I mean, I could do a finger painting thing, but it just wouldn't be the same, you know. I do use a lot of things, but I think the brushes. Obviously the paints are needed, but yeah. Well, it used to be getting my work out there, I think, being recognised, being known. But now with social media, I've used all those portals, and I'm now selling work overseas, which once upon a time I would never have thought of being able to do. So probably the hardest thing is to get yourself out there, just to get yourself known, get people to see your work. There's a lot of beautiful artists out there that are struggling to be recognised because, you know, they haven't got all that behind them. But now with social media, it is becoming a little easier. So yeah, it's helped me immensely. But I'm on there every day. You know, there's one thing about social media, you've got to keep on it every day and interact and engage with your people that are following you. And I personally thank every single person that sent a post to me, and I use their name. So it's not just a general, blah, blah. So yeah, it takes a bit of time, but it's a good thing at the end of the day when you finish, put your paintbrushes away and put your feet up and check everything out. The French Impressionist artists, I'm a big fan of Renoir, Monet, Manet. I just love the way they do. And I was actually fortunate enough when I was overseas to actually go and visit a gallery which had quite a bit of their work, and I was just, I was in awe. Yeah, so modern day artists, I can't really put my finger on one. I always go back into the art history and look at the old stuff, even though I hated art history at school. At uni I didn't like it at all, but yeah, you look back on it now and you appreciate what you were taught. No, I watch horror films. I know it's the weirdest thing. A lot of people love music, and I've got these beautiful headphones, and I do have a lot of gorgeous music that I could listen to. I'm into horror and thrillers, true life stories preferably, but I've got a TV in my studio with a built-in DVD player, and I just run them. I think the latest, I've watched it I don't know how many times. So yeah, I'm a big fan of suspense thrillers. I'm not into the blood and gore stuff, but I'm into the more supernatural stuff. Yeah. So I know it's weird. I just really get in a zone of enjoying. I love, mind you, I probably haven't actually watched any of the films. I've listened to them because I'm too busy painting. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a balance. You know, you've got these beautiful florals that I'm creating, and then there's this completely opposite dimension that I'm listening to, and I'm not sure if it's like a yin and yang thing, I'm not sure, but it's what makes me happy, and I'm actually relaxed when I'm watching, well, when I'm not watching, when I'm painting and listening to it. Yeah. Oh, probably the starting point where like looking at a blank canvas thinking, what am I going to create? I know it's going to be like, I've usually got an idea in my head, and I've got quite a few ideas running through in the middle of when I'm painting something for my next life. But sometimes it's almost like writer's block. I get artist block, and you look at the big canvas and go, where do I start? You know, which size should I do? That's probably the biggest thing actually, is the size. I mean, I've been doing big canvases for quite some time, and as much as I've got followers that want smaller stuff because that's what they can afford, I always go for the big stuff, and I've got to bring myself back a little bit and think, okay, I love painting any size, but I'm just thinking if I paint small, it's going to take me a day. And I like painting big because it takes me, because I want to get into the zone. I want to spend at least a week doing something, enjoying it. I'm probably a little bit unorthodox in a sense, and I've had a lot of people on the social media comment. I've got these little pots, and they're little plastic clear pots, and I mix all my colours up first, because then I've got them. Especially if I'm doing a series of using similar colours, I've got them all there. There's less wastage because the paint doesn't dry out because I just screw the copper, and I can always just add a little water anyway to it if I needed to. So I usually mix up my colours first, sketch out onto the canvas what I want to do, get myself all set up. That's the day before routine, and that's almost psyching myself up for the next day's paint. And then everything's ready to go. I have my cloths, I have everything ready, DVD ready. Everything's ready to start the process. So the next day I can just go into the studio and paint. Yeah, so the day before is the prep stuff, which I really enjoy. You have helped me out a fair bit actually, to pinpoint everything. I don't think I could, but no, actually it's been wonderful, it really has. Freedom to create what you want, the freedom to express yourself. One thing about art is you can express yourself in so many ways through your canvas. You know, I put a lot of love, a lot of emotion into my canvases. It's also an escape for me from reality. I just zone out completely, and I just love it. I just absolutely love it. And to have that ability to be creative is such a gift, and it's something I want to share with a lot of people. Depending on the size, 1.2 by 1.8 metres, roughly say a week to 2 weeks. I'm in there pretty much a lot of the time, probably from 10 in the morning. I have little breaks through the day, and I'm sort of finished by 6, 7 o'clock that evening. And I try and keep weekends free, though sometimes I can't wait to get back in there, so yeah, I sneak in there. Trouble with working at home. But yeah, week to 2 weeks, and then after that I'm bored. I want to do something different. That's the thing. Very important. I never used to think much about it, but it actually does mean a lot to me now, and I think of the title as I'm going through the process of painting. It's not something that comes to my mind quickly. I think about it, different titles, like my last series I'm doing, or this latest series I'm doing, the Happiness Is series. There's lots of endings, like Happiness Is, Believing in Yourself, that was one title of the painting. Sharing the Love is another one. So, and whatever I portray in the picture, I describe it. The title comes out in the description of the painting. So yeah. Garden. I've got a passion for gardening, so I actually get out in the garden. I get out in the garden, and yeah, there are times where I just think, oh, you know what, I just want a few days rest. I've been flat out for weeks, I just want a break, you know. I want to actually have clean nails instead of paint all over them, and I'll just put them in the dirt then. You know, I'll go into the garden, and I love gardening, so, and it's another passion of mine, yeah. I want to spend time with my husband, who rarely sees me now because I'm busy. But yeah, so you got to have a break. Go for it. Just go for it. Give it a shot. Do what makes you happy. You know, there's going to be hurdles, obstacles in the way, but if you love your art so much and you think you've got something to give the world, give it. Go for it. Nurture that. You know, if you feel like you've got a talent but it needs a little bit of tweaking, do some schooling. You know, really get those teachers to basically water the seed that you've already got and see where it leads you. But never give up your passion or your dreams. What colour would I be? Oh, it'd have to definitely be in the blue range. Oh, it'd have to be, say, turquoise. Turquoise, yeah, because I can mix different colours with the turquoise. Yeah, I can get different shades. Yeah, it's a good all-rounder. You can find my work on my website, which is seashellstudioart.net. I'm also on Instagram, Seashell Studio Art, and also Facebook, Seashell Studio Art. Yeah. I'd like to thank ArtShed, actually, for giving me this opportunity to come out today and have this little chat and have this little interview. And yeah, I hope it's inspired a few artists out there.